Right, so here is my finished, completed Blade Runner gun. At last. Took me a long time to do it. This is called a PKG, not a PKD, because it's different. It's a different design. It only has one trigger. It doesn't have two triggers. And it has a solid handle rather than a transparent handle. And it has a particle accelerator. These look like bullets, look like spinning bullets. In character they're not bullets. It would make no sense. This is a particle accelerator. Yeah, so this has a lot more in common with a Ghostbusters proton pack than an actual gun that shoots bullets. Let's look at the other side here. So the design still looks like the PKD overall, but it just has the one trigger and the spinning particle accelerator because it's shooting bolts of energy now. And it's made for shooting non-human targets, so it's built for stopping cyborgs, replicants, xenomorphs. I really like this colour scheme. I went with a gunmetal grey and then added some very fine mist of chrome onto it, so it's just a shinier gunmetal grey. A couple of mistakes there. I'm not worried about that too much. There's difficult sandpapering in between all the gubbins and greeblies. I couldn't get the sandpaper in there. What I did was spray painted metallic grey all over it and then used liquid latex to paint on liquid latex and leaving the silver areas exposed. The cocking, this dial here, the cocking handle, this switch and this dial was left exposed, and then the rest of these areas covered in liquid latex. So when I spray painted the chrome on, and then when it was dry, peeled away the latex so that it left this area intact. Because I couldn't cut up tiny little strips of masking tape to deal with all these gubbins and greeblies around here. It's just too awkward to do with masking tape. Same on the other side. Doing the masking tape thing, getting masking tape into these gaps around this switch would have been an absolute nightmare. So I just did the metallic greys first, then used an artist paintbrush to paint in liquid latex to fill in all around this area here, leaving this switch exposed. So when I spray painted it chrome, and then when it's dry, just peel away the latex, and it worked. And it stops spray paint from going in areas where you don't want it to go, and it's really awkward and difficult getting the masking tape in there. So it's a new method of, instead of using masking tape, use liquid latex. And I like what I did on the handle. It's actually, I managed to get some brown spray paint and I still had lots of red spray paint left over. So I did a very fine mist of browns and reds. Then I took out my primer, my grey undercoat primer, and did a very fine mist of primer, leaving this speckled effect. Focus. Are you going to focus? Or are you going to be a pain? You're not focusing, right? That's better. Now it focuses. Yeah, this speckled effect was just grey primer undercoat, and then another fine mist of browns and reds on top of that, and then another fine mist of primer, and it created this really interesting speckled grip effect, and it looks different and it's unique. So it's different from everyone else's. Now this is how to use this gun. If you're using this gun in character, From an in-character point of view, this is how it works. This is the instruction manual. This isn't a hammer. It doesn't shoot actual physical bullets, it's purely an energy weapon. You click this switch downwards to reduce the power, and then you click it upwards to raise the power. So that's the power level selector switch. And it has predetermined settings for cyborgs, replicants, non-human targets, pre-designated settings for shooting whatever target you're shooting at. This dial here is the settings. What you do is you plug, it has a USB plug in it, and you plug it into your laptop to upgrade its software, and then you can pre-program it with pre-programmed software. So it's basically a smart gun. It's a smart pistol, and you use this dial here to select your predetermined parameters. So if you know you're coming up against a certain kind of xenomorph or a certain kind of cyborg, you have your pre-selected settings already programmed into it. This switch here, when you click it backwards, it fires a single shot in the semi-automatic, and when you click it forwards, it becomes a fully automatic machine pistol, firing a full stream of energy bolts. So that's the full auto, and then when you click it backwards, you're just firing off one shot at a time. It basically works like a Tesla cannon. It's like a Tesla type kind of particle gun. So the rotating particle accelerator organises the particles into a sphere that's then ejected out of the barrel at high velocity. And that's the power pack there. That switch there is the safety catch for the trigger, so you don't accidentally fire it off by accident. And let's look at the other side. This dial here is for removing the particle accelerator. If it overheats or goes wrong or malfunctions, you can press that button and twist it, and then the particle accelerator kind of pops out, so you can replace it with a new one. Because if they overheat, they can explode, and when they explode, it's quite a dangerous situation. So if you need to replace the particle accelerator, that's the switch that you use to press to release it in an emergency. This switch here is for cocking the weapon, and it works like it's not actually a physical button, it's more like smartphone technology. You put your thumb on it and slide it upwards to cock it, and then you put your thumb on the top of it and sweep it downwards to uncock it. So it's more like a pressure switch, like a smartphone screen. It's like pressure activated. So you slide up to cock, slide down to decock it. And this switch here is for like the diagnostics and for taking the gun apart. Yeah, if something goes wrong with the gun, you need to plug it into a laptop to bring up a menu screen, and use this dial here to select from on the menu screen to select your settings and go into your diagnostics and rectify any problems with the gun, and it helps for like uploading new software and reprogramming it. So that's how to use the gun in character. The light in the barrel does light up when you pull the trigger, but I think the battery might be running a bit low. And it's like fires bolts of like spheres of electric. When you fire it, it's like a sphere of electricity, like a bolt of lightning formed into a ball that shoots out the barrel. And it's made specifically for shooting at cyborgs and replicants. As Blade Runner guns go, I think this looks pretty good. Considering it's just a toy, I found it purely by chance. I didn't know they existed until I saw it. And it came out rather well. And I'm going to use this for my own cyberpunk photo shoots, my original character. I'll make a new art project featuring my own character using this gun and my other Nerf guns as well.